Greetings. Welcome back here to the Spirit Walker channel. I hope you're all well. We are approaching Ascension. I don't think it's going to take a long time. I disagree with people that try to put dates. I don't think that it's a matter of putting dates. I think it's going to be a long process, but we are in the process of ascension already, and things are going to be progressive, but steady and slow. So we are already in the process of ascension, and this is really beautiful. But what I wanted to discuss now, it's something that is not necessarily beautiful. Last week I saw a few videos about satanic rituals, satanic celebrations and rituals and ceremonies. And if you do a search on YouTube, you will find quite unbelievable material. I'm going to put a link down in the comment area for you to watch. I don't recommend that to everybody. Some of these videos are just unbelievably graphic, and my reaction was rather than anger or disgust. My reaction was more in terms of bewilderment. I was absolutely flabbergasted in terms of why would someone do something like this. In terms of there is Freemasonic rituals, there is sex rituals, there is sacrifice, including human sacrifice. In some cases it's just animal sacrifice, but in other a couple of videos that I saw were human sacrifice. Things are absolutely unbelievable, and the only things that I kept reminding myself of was that this planet really is a kindergarten. This planet is full of people, including ourselves. I'm not trying to put myself or anyone else above the scale, but just by watching those videos, I could see really very clearly that we don't know what we are doing. And this prompted this video. I just wanted to talk about the folly of the negative path. Those who choose the negative path, they choose it because they think that they are better off taking care of themselves and screw others. And that is going to give them wealth, that's going to give them admiration and respect, and all of those things that the ego craves. And their choice is, well, if my ego is craving all of these things, then I'm going to have them, and I'm going to fight for them. I'm going to try to put myself above everybody else. And this is a very interesting choice. First of all, I am happy that some people make that choice, and I'm going to explain why. I'm not being facetious. I am happy that some people make that choice. I'm happy that some people are allowed to make that choice. That's what I'm happy about, because to me this shows that God is not a dictator. God is not Adolf Hitler. God is not Joseph Stalin, that if you choose something that they disagree with, then you're dead. So just the fact that some people are able to make a negative choice in their lives, to me, is it's proof, it's corroboration that God is a God of love. The God mind, as some people put it, is a God mind, is a creator of love. But above everything else, the creator respects the free will of each of his or her sentient beings. This is what attracts me so much to this. Now, some people make this choice, and they end up in really very hot water. Why is it? Because look, the span of your life is what? Maybe 80 years, maybe 100 years. I don't know. So, in order to have wealth and glory and position and respect and applause and all of that stuff for 80 short years or 100 short years, you are condemning yourself to a virtual eternity of torture and pain and humiliation. Because what happens is, when you decide to follow the negative path, you are pushing away from you all of those benevolent beings that would be willing to help you in an afterlife, because they do respect your choice, and you are attracting to yourself all of those negative beings that want to exploit and want to achieve vengeance and disharmony through you. So they don't have a physical body anymore. They are in the lower astral, but they would like to manipulate you in order to have an impact on their on the people that they don't like, on the people that they want revenge against on the surface of the planet. So you are allowing yourself to be used by some really, really bad people. Now, when you lose the shield, which is your physical body, guess what? Who is going to be there after you lose? Because your physical body is a shield. Your physical body protects you from a whole range of influences. And when you lose your protection, you lose that shield, guess who is going to be there waiting for you? So a lot of people, what I like to do is I like to compare this situation with someone joining the mafia. So you're young and you're full of energy, and you think that you're the bee's knees, and you think that you can take care of yourself, and you're angry with the whole world, and you need to take care of yourself and screw everybody else, etc. Then bang, you decide to join the mafia. Now you grow and you develop, and you do lots of things that you regret. You kill people, and you're shot at, and you sell drugs and all of that stuff. And then one day you grow a conscience, and you realize that you want out. And then you go to the mafia guy, to the mob chief, and you say, I want out. What do you think is going to happen? Well, these people, they don't see you as a human being. They see you as their property. So what they are going to do is, they're not going to let you out, because you can spill the beans on them, first of all. And secondly, they see you as a property. So they want you to continue in. So the only way for you to get out of there is through a lot of suffering. And most likely, you're not going to get out. You're going to be killed and dumped in a lake somewhere. That is the same thing with the negative path. When someone chooses the negative path, this person is making a conscious decision to enter into an agreement with some very nasty astral beings, some very nasty some of them are astral beings, some of them are just fourth density physical that do have an influence on the astral side as well, such as the reptilians and the greys, and some of them are just humans, but they are on an astral being and on an astral level. So you're making a contract with these beings, and you're saying, I want you guys to give me wealth and power and admiration and all that over my fellow men, and in return I'm giving you myself. So what's going to happen is, when you do reach the end of your life, and in many cases even before that, you will find yourself into very hot water, because what's going to happen is that they're going to come back for their part of the deal. Now, a lot of people say, look, I can ascend into fourth density negative, and yes, that's absolutely true. There is one such a thing as ascension to fourth density negative. Now, this means that you're going to be telepathic, you're going to be able to manipulate energies in the astral level, and you're going to be clairvoyant and all of that stuff, and you're going to be negative. Now, the law of one says that there have been some beings, some earthly beings that have reached that level. Heinrich Himmler is apparently one of those. Rasputin as well, the black monk from Russia. Genghis Khan is one of those. Taras Bulba is one of those as well. And Hermann Göring as well, who used to help Hitler. So these beings, according to the law of one, these beings were able to ascend, quote unquote, into fourth density negative. And then you could think, well, when you ascend into fourth density negative, well, that's a choice, and things are going to be okay, because you're going to be a superior being, and you're just going to be following your path. Now, I just wanted to raise a very interesting issue here. If you think that when you ascend into fourth density negative, your troubles are going to be over, I just wanted to raise this image for you here. What do you think happens when you are the new guy into a prison? You just arrived and you are the fresh meat into a prison. Have you watched any prison videos like the Shawshank Redemption or some other videos? Do you know what people there inside they do with fresh meat? Are you aware of how the new guys, the new kids on the block are treated? So yes, you can ascend into fourth density negative. That's a possibility. But you're going to reach a planet that is going to be fourth density negative, because that's where your soul resonates with. And you're going to reach a planet or a level of beingness where every person around you is bigger, stronger, more experienced, more evil, more ruthless, and more selfish than you. So you're going to be, it's like being the new guy into a school where every student and every person, including the principal and the teachers and the janitors, everybody is a ruthless bully. That's where you guys are going. That's if you have made the negative choice, that's where you guys are going. Now, this is really sad, because I don't think that when people make the choice to go negative, I don't think that they are 100% aware of what's going to happen. So there are two possibilities. One is that you will make the choice and you will not be strong enough to ascend into 4 density negative. And bear in mind that not even Hitler was able to ascend into 4th density negative. See how evil Hitler was, and yet he did not make it. The Law of One tells us that, and Spiritism also tells us that Hitler is the soul of what used to be Hitler, is in a catatonic state outside Earth. He hasn't even begun to pay his karma yet. So Hitler was not evil enough to ascend into 4th density negative. Now, the other very interesting example is that Aleister Crowley, one of the most evil persons in the history of this planet. Aleister Crowley, the Law of One tells us that Aleister Crowley was not evil enough to ascend into 4th density negative. So my question to you that is considering this choice is, what chance do you have? Now, even if you're so evil that you're going to make into 4D negative, you're absolutely screwed. Because what happens is, as I said, you're going into a new school where everybody else is a bigger bully than you. So you're going to be looking at a few millennia of absolutely unspeakable and seemingly never-ending suffering. That is your lot if you make this choice. Now, if you, like Hitler or Aleister Crowley, if you are not evil enough to make into 4th density negative, if there is a kernel of indecision, a kernel of confusion, a kernel of goodness in you, which was the case of Hitler and Crowley, you are not going to make it, and you're going to have to go back into 3rd density, and you're going to have to start a new cycle of incarnations, as going back to the Stone Age. So now you're driving your hybrid car, talking on your mobile phone. Your next life will be banging 2 rocks together because you're afraid that the saber-toothed tiger will snatch your baby. This is what awaits you in your next life. So my plea is for all of those people out there, there is still time. If you are alive on this planet now, this means that there is still time. Make your conscious choice towards compassion. Make your conscious choice towards love. Don't expect anything else from people. Exercise pure love, which is unselfish love. Go out there, help people, say a kind word, help them if they're hungry. Do everything that you can to make a conscious, positive choice towards the positive path, towards the path of service to others. This is the only way that you're going to avoid something that is going to be absolutely horrendous. So for those that are already on the positive path, I congratulate you. You have made the best decision that you will ever make in your eternal life. For those that are, over the wall, I hope that your higher self has brought you to watch this video and others, and that you're still able to make a conscious choice to become a being of light, a being of compassion, a being of love. Thank you for watching this video. God bless.